Hello my dear friends, welcome to my channel. In this video we want to make a beautiful and easy crochet beanie hat together for adult size. I will use this yarn, Lovita baby yarn. That's 100 gram and 250 meters and number 4 millimeters hook. For this hat, we should work in rows back and forth and repeat only 4 rows several times until reach the desired circumference. Let's get started. Start the work with a slip knot and then make 59 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and repeat until reach 59 chains. These chains determine the height of the hat. Okay, after making these chains, we should divide them to 3 parts. The first 24 chains is used for the brim of the hat. We should make a folded brim, so these chains should be 24. The next 30 chains is used for the body of the hat, the pattern of the body, and the last 4 chains is used for the top of the hat, okay? Start the work from the second chain from the hook and make 1 single crochet into that. Again, 1 single crochet into the next and into each of next chains except the last 4 chains. For the first 2 parts, the brim and the body, we should work 1 single crochet into each chain. So make these chains until reach the top of the hat. Now for the last 4 chains, make 1 slip stitch into each of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we have 58 stitches in total at the end of first row. Start row 2 with 1 chain and turn the work and make 1 slip stitch into back loop of these first slip stitches here. 1, make them loosely. 2, 3, and 4. Then for next stitches, make 1 single crochet into back loop of them. Insert a hook into the back loop, not under both loops, here, and make 1 single crochet. Again, go to the back loop of next stitch and make 1 single crochet and continue that work for remaining stitches until the end. Okay, at the end of second row, we should work the last stitch under both loops, not into the back loop only. Okay, and now start row 3 with 1 chain, make that tightly and turn the work. And in this round, we should start the main pattern for the body of the hat. So make 1 single crochet into each of first 24 stitches only, okay? This part is for the brim, so first make 1 single crochet under 2 loops of first stitch, and after that make 1 single crochet into back loop of next stitches. Again, 1 back loop only single crochet into the next, and continue that work to have 23 back loop only single crochets in total, or 24 stitches for the brim. Now start the body of the hat. Skip the first stitch and make 1 single crochet under both loops of next stitch, and then go back to a skipped stitch and make 1 puff stitch here. So yarn over, insert the hook into the skipped stitch here and pull up a loop. Again, yarn over, go back again into same stitch and pull up a loop. And I have 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through first 4 loops, and then yarn over, pull through next 2 loops. Okay, now repeat that work. skip the next stitch and make 1 single crochet into the next, then go back to a skipped stitch here and make 1 puff stitch into that. 1 and 2, yarn over, pull through all loops except the last loop, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Repeat that work. Skip the next, make 1 single crochet into the next, then make 1 puff stitch into the skipped stitch, and continue that work. We should skip 1 stitch and work 1 single crochet into the next, then go back to a skipped stitch and work 1 puff stitch into that, and continue this sequence. Okay, now I have 15 puff stitches in total for the body of the hat, and I should work 1 slip stitch into back loop of last 4 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Row 3 is finished. Make 1 chain and turn the work, and again make 1 slip stitch into back loop of first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now for the main parts, we should skip again next stitch and work 1 single crochet into the next, and then go back to a skipped stitch and make 1 puff stitch. Each puff stitch is placed at top of puff stitch of previous row. Repeat that work. Skip next puff stitch, work 1 single crochet into the single crochet, go back to a skipped stitch and work 1 puff stitch into that. Again, skip next puff, work 1 single crochet into the single crochet under both loops of that, not only into the back loop, and go back to skipped puff stitch and work 1 puff stitch into that. And this sequence should be repeated. Skip 1 stitch, make 1 single crochet, and make 1 puff stitch into the skipped puff stitch. And continue this sequence for each of next 11 puff stitches. Okay, after these 15 puff stitches, work 1 single crochet into back loop of next stitches. Insert the hook into the back loop and make 1 single crochet, and continue that work until the end, but for the last stitch we should work single crochet under both loops, not into the back loop only. Okay, this is the last stitch. We should make single crochet under both loops of that, not only into the back loop, and row 4 is finished. Make 1 chain tightly and turn the work to start row 5. First make 1 single crochet under both loops of the first stitch, and then make 1 single crochet into the back loop of next stitches. We should repeat that work for the stitches of brim part and for the next part until here. Work 1 back loop only single crochet into each single crochet and each puff stitch of previous row. Okay, now for the last 4 stitches, make 1 slip stitch into back loop of each of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm at the end of row 5. And after that, we should repeat these 4 rows from row 2 to row 5. So after this row, we should work 1 row of back loop only single crochets again. And then for next 2 rows, we should repeat these 2 rows, row 3 and row 4. And then again, work 1 row of back loop only single crochets. Okay, so repeat these 4 rows from row 2 to row 5 several times until reach the desired circumference. And after that, we should come back and join 2 edges of this piece together and close the top of the hat. Okay, I repeated those 4 rows from row 2 until row 5 13 more times, and for the last repeat I made 1 repeat of row 2, 3 and 4, not row 5, because the last repeat ends with row 4. And now the length of my piece has reached my circumference, and I should join these 2 edges together. Okay, this side is the right side of my hat because it has these vertical lines between each 2 repeats, and I should turn it around, and this side is the wrong side of my hat. And now I'm gonna start joining with wrong side facing me for this part, the brim of the hat. So put these 2 edges together and join the first 24 stitches of brim of the hat together. Insert the hook here into the first stitch and grab this yarn and pull it through. And now start joining with 1 chain, insert the hook into the same loop, and then insert the hook into the front loop of the first stitch of last row. Here, grab the yarn, pull it through, and pull through this loop on the hook to create 1 slip stitch. We should join all stitches together with slip stitch. So insert hook into the next stitch from row 1, and then into the front loop of next stitch from last row, not here, here. Okay, grab the yarn and pull through to create 1 slip stitch. One more time, insert the hook into the next loop and into front loop of next stitch of last row and make 1 slip stitch. So we should join all stitches of first row to the front stitches from last row into front loop of them with slip stitch until reach the end of the brim of the hat. And when we join these stitches in this method, a vertical line has created here between the last row and the first row, as you can see that. Okay, continue that work until the end of the brim. I joined the first 24 stitches together and the brim is finished. And now when we fold this brim in half, these slip stitches are placed into the work, not on the right side of the hat. Okay, but for the next part, the body of the hat, we should turn around the hat and start joining in this side. First, grab this loop and pull it through to this side, and after that start joining with join 2 loops of each stitch of last row to the remaining loop of each stitch of first row. Okay, insert the hook under 2 loops from next stitch of last row. Okay, and then insert the hook here into the remaining loop of front stitch from row 1 and grab the yarn and pull it through and complete the slip stitch. Repeat that work. Insert the hook under 2 loops from next stitch and into the remaining loop of next stitch of row 1 and join them together. And continue that work. We should join all stitches of last row, 2 loops of them, to the front stitch from row 1 and continue that work until the end for other stitches. For this part, the body, and for the top of the hat. Those 4 stitches, the last 4 stitches. And when we join these 2 edges for these 2 parts with this method and turn the work, you can see that these slip stitches are placed into the work, and this is our work at the end. And with folding this band, these slip stitches are disappeared. Continue until the end. Okay, now at the end of joining, I should fasten off and cut the yarn, but leave a long tail because we want to sew this part with same tail. Okay, now I should close this hole with same tail with a tapestry needle. So I want to use this needle. Okay, now I should weave in this tail through all stitches, the last stitches of all rows, back and forth. Again, into the next stitches and the next, and repeat that work for other stitches, other last stitches of each row, and pull the yarn and continue that work. Pull the yarn and repeat until the end. And after that, pull this yarn tightly to close the hole completely. And then secure the hole with some stitches at top of that. And now at the end, I should tie these 2 tails together and cut the yarn. And then you can hide this tail through the work and turn around to the right side and then fold this brim And our beautiful beanie is ready. Okay, this beautiful and lovely beanie is completed. If you like that, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the video. Have a nice day.